Here are your The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers for Wednesday, December 17th, 2025. On Tuesday's all-new episode, Katie and Bill took new steps toward building their new marriage into an unstoppable union. First, she helped her new husband become reacquainted with his sword necklace, signifying a return to the top of the corporate food chain. After, Bill floored Katie with the ultimate wedding present, her own fashion house. With a legitimate chance to oversee her own fashion company, Katie has a monumental decision to contend with. Does she take Bill up on his offer, or does she remain loyal to Forrester? Wednesday's episode will focus on the fallout of Bill's gift, as Katie grapples with a monumental career choice ahead of her. She and Bill have worked tirelessly to get to where they are now, and she has the chance to take their family to new heights with this proposed fashion house. Bill has been drilling it into her for weeks that Forrester undervalues and underappreciates everything that she brings to the table. If she wants to remove the glass ceiling and take her career to the next level, this might be the only chance to do so. However, Katie is known for her loyalty, specifically to her family. She might be apprehensive about turning her back on Brooke and Donna. Brooke specifically is essentially the second-in-command at Forrester, despite Steffi's status as co-CEO. With Brooke at the helm, Katie's forced to live in her sister's show and is compelled to accept all the decisions that come with the Brooke and Ridge regime. There's significant animosity between Ridge and Bill, so the idea of her defecting to the competition could spark a family feud that goes past the point of no return. Katie's status with Forrester Creations wouldn't be in such limbo if they were honest about her place within the company. This theme will continue on Wednesday when Brooke asks Ridge the hard questions about Katie. With the outside crisis PR firm taking over the Luna fallout, if they are doing a good enough job, Katie's position becomes redundant. That, coupled with Ridge's disdain for Katie's new husband, could spell the end of her tenure at Forrester Creations. Brooke is Ridge's biggest defender, but for the most part, she's also a proud Logan. She isn't going to allow Katie to be trampled without some explanation of Katie's status within the company. Once she gathers all of the details, it's likely she'll stand by her man. However, what Brooke doesn't know is that Katie has a backup option. She's no longer desperately clinging to her Forrester position. The future is bright for the new Mrs. Spencer, and the fashion world is about to explode. Once Katie makes her choice and assembles a design team, there's no limit on what she and her new fashion house can achieve. The bold and the beautiful spoilers hint that Liam Spencer may strike back at Steffi Forrester Finnegan. Will the happy exes' bubble burst over Hope Logan Spencer and Steffi's treatment of her? Steffi and Hope finally made peace when they thought they were going to lose Liam forever. It shook both women up and made them realize the importance of coming together as a family. That's indeed what's best for Liam's daughters, Kelly Spencer and Beth Spencer, since he shares one with Steffi and one with Hope. However, it's just not realistic to expect everyone to live in harmony indefinitely on a soap. B&B spoilers say Hope and Steffi's truce is on the verge of falling apart, which could spell trouble for Steffi's bond with Liam too. Now that Liam has pledged to be Hope's devoted husband, he may prove that devotion by taking a stand against Steffi in the coming episodes. Thomas Forrester's comeback will lead to some discomfort for Hope, which Liam will no doubt understand. Liam may object to Steffi trying to force Hope to work with Thomas again, considering their history. Of course, Steffi's decision to cut Deke Sharp from Hope from the future may result in Liam's objection as well. Whatever hurts Hope will upset Liam, who could strike back at Steffi for the changes she's making at Forrester Creations. Liam and Steffi could have even more conflict brewing due to Katie Spencer's fashion house, which was given to her by Bill Spencer. If Liam throws his support behind Bill's wife and thinks Katie's new fashion house is a great idea, Steffi may have a problem with her former flame's stance. That's especially true if Liam approves of Katie's new hires, which could potentially include Deke, Hope, Eric Forrester, Will Spencer, and maybe even Electra Forrester. It's easy to imagine Liam landing firmly on Team Spencer when it comes to the fashion face-off that's on the way. That could put Liam at odds with Steffi and burst the happy bubble they've created as exes in recent years. Steffi and Liam may not let their issues affect their co-parenting abilities, but their friendship could take a huge hit. The bold and the beautiful spoilers suggest bad news could be brewing for Liam and Steffi's relationship, so stay tuned for updates on any turmoil ahead. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers for the week of December 22 to 26 reveal that Hope Logan Spencer and Steffi Forrester Finnegan's rivalry will reignite, while Eric Forrester and Donna Logan Forrester plan a party shocker. First, let's talk about some sister strife, since Brooke Logan Forrester will find herself reeling over Katie Spencer's major career news. It looks like Katie will announce that she's leaving Forrester Creations to run the fashion house that Bill Spencer is giving her, so Brooke will be thrown for a loop. Although Brooke will probably try to talk Katie out of this, Katie may insist this is her new path forward. As for Deke Sharp, he'll find himself looking for a new path forward as well. Steffi will want to fire Deke due to Thomas Forrester's return, since there just won't be enough room on the team for them both. That'll spark a new round of conflict between Hope and Steffi, which could get worse as this storyline moves along. Hope could potentially decide to leave Forrester Creations right along with fired Deke, especially if Katie makes them both an incredible offer. Eric may also hear Katie's pitch to come out of retirement and join her fashion team at some point, but that'll have to wait. Some Christmas Eve festivities will take center stage and dial down the drama for a while. In the December 24th episode, Eric and Donna will shock everyone with what they're able to pull off. There'll be a huge surprise, so Donna and Eric will be pretty pleased with themselves this year. Meanwhile, Ridge Forrester will have a present that's sure to blow Brooke away. Brooke will open a very special gift, but every day, probably Christmas to her now that Ridge has recommitted to her. Over with Carter Walton and Daphne Rose, they'll linger under the mistletoe for a passionate kiss. Daphne will give a little more of her heart to Carter, so he'll consider that his gift this holiday season. Back with Steffi, she'll join John Finn Finnegan as they load up the kids and take them to the Forrester mansion for the holiday bash. Hayes Finnegan and Kelly Spencer are sure to have a wonderful time as they celebrate with many of their loved ones. The Christmas Eve gathering will wind down with Eric playing the piano while everyone joins in a song. You can also catch a holiday-themed B&B repeat from 2024 on December 25th, so there'll be something fun to watch on Christmas Day. Even if it's not a new episode. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers say the post-holiday fashion house competition will be worth the wait, so we'll pass along updates on all the showdowns to come. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers reveal that a special Christmas Eve episode is ahead, so let's talk about some mistletoe moments, surprise gifts, and more. The CBS soap will get into the holiday spirit with a brand new show on Wednesday, December 24th, so here's what B&B fans can look forward to. For starters, Eric Forrester and Donna Logan Forrester will work together to deliver a shocker to all their guests. Donna and Eric will be feeling festive as they find a way to make this Christmas extra delightful. Although Ridge Forrester and Brooke Logan Forrester will be part of the big family celebration, they'll share a little alone time first. Ridge will have a sweet present to give his wife, so Brooke will surely be touched over whatever he offers up. Of course, Brooke may argue that the best gift of all is just being back together with the love of her life. Meanwhile, Carter Walton will continue his efforts to woo Daphne Rose with a little time under the mistletoe. Daphne will let Carter steal a kiss as they enjoy a Christmas Eve date. Next, Steffi Forrester Finnegan and John Finn Finnegan will bring the kids over for the Forrester celebration. Kelly Spencer and Hayes Finnegan will be thrilled to be part of all the Christmas Eve excitement, so some heartwarming scenes are on the way. Once the evening winds down, the episode will wrap up with a Forrester tradition that viewers have come to love over the years. Everyone will sing a Christmas carol around the piano, so fans won't want to miss it. If you're wondering about B&B's Christmas Day schedule, we've got updates on the latest news for you. The show will air a holiday-themed repeat from 2024, so there won't be a new episode on Thursday, December 25th. However, The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers say the Christmas Eve special will pack in plenty of holiday fun beforehand, so stay tuned. On the Tuesday, December 16th, 2025, episode of The Bold and the Beautiful, Brooke stunned Ridge with a wedding announcement. Deacon and Taylor shared concerns about Sheila, and Bill shocked Katie with her own fashion company. Brooke told Ridge that he was missed at the weddings, which was emotional. He picked up on the plural nature of her comment, and she revealed that Hope and Liam weren't the only couple who got married. Brooke reminded him how easy it was to get swept up in the moment at weddings. He wanted to know who else had got hitched, and she told him that Bill and Katie had tied the knot after the original ceremony. Ridge hoped Katie wouldn't have been smart enough to legally tie herself to Bill again. He found the entire thing ridiculous. Ridge shifted the subject to his breakthrough with Eric about the retirement. Eric finally agreed to take a step back. Although he was the reason Eric retired, he didn't want his father stripped of his passion for design. For now, Eric could only commit to trying retirement out. Nothing permanent was entirely set in stone. Brooke believed the day was a success for everyone. She felt blessed to have Ridge in her life. Despite the hiccups in their relationship, destiny ultimately won out. Bill brought Katie to Spencer Tower because he had one final surprise planned for the evening. She thought it was a romantic place to be, and they overlooked Los Angeles from the top floor of the skyscraper. Bill was elated that he and Katie were finally back together as a family. She confessed she had a suspicion of her own about the media mogul. Katie waited for the right time to give it to him, and she thought it would make a good wedding gift. Katie pulled out Bill's sword necklace, and she wanted him to resume wearing it. He was hesitant because of the same reasons he had taken it off. Katie was confident that he had made genuine strides toward change, so it was time to put on the necklace that had helped shape him as a person. Bill stopped wearing it for a reason, so the idea of putting it back on gave him pause. Katie said the sword didn't have to define him, but it was about embracing their future. Those were words of the past, and they could now be used toward their future. He worried that wearing the necklace again could scare her away. However, she wanted Bill to embrace every corner of his past and personality. She told him, "This doesn't have to change you. You have always had the power inside of you. Now you know how to use it." Bill thought her necklace gesture increased the pressure on him to give her a gift. He asked her to tell him anything that she could want. He called her the most incredible woman he knew, and he saw the potential in her that Forrester Creations opted to ignore. Bill told her she deserved more than she was getting from her current employer. She reminded him that she had a place at Forrester, and unlike Brooke and Donna, she didn't marry into the regime. Katie was pleased that Brooke was at her wedding, but she wanted more from her life than she was getting from Forrester Creations. She didn't view her PR position as secure as Brooke's, and as of now, there was a glass ceiling for her career. Katie was confused as to why they spent so much time at his office during their honeymoon. He promised her that there was something well worth the wait. He displayed a presentation on his monitor, revealing her own fashion showroom. Bill told her that he believed in her. He wanted to give her an opportunity that came with no glass ceiling. He created a fashion house for her to run as she saw fit. She was in awe that he had that much faith in her. However, Bill knew she had what it took to transform it into a success. He believed that she would secure the best designs and the greatest team and make her own fashion house into something that could rival Forrester Creations. Deacon arrived at Taylor's office with a pizza, and they talked about Hope and Liam's wedding. Taylor was shocked that there were no surprises, and she declared how happy she was to hear that. She confessed to Deacon that Sheila showed up at her office, agitated, contemplating crashing the wedding. Taylor felt awful for dumping bad news on him, but she needed to let him know. She explained how devastated Sheila was to be excluded from the guest list. Deacon wanted her to understand that it wasn't his call. He had no sway over who could or could not attend. Taylor worried that Sheila could be backsliding into old patterns. He admitted he was concerned about his wife had behaved as well. He asked if Sheila had threatened her, and she assured him it was nothing like that. Sheila had a lack of self-awareness and a full inability to respect boundaries. Taylor appreciated Sheila risking her life to save Steffi, but she couldn't override what was in front of her. They both thought there was a genuine chance that she would crash the wedding. Luckily, she didn't, but it was a legitimate possibility. Tyler wanted the best for her client. He wanted Taylor to give it to him straight about Sheila. She called him a good person and listed all his positive attributes. Her concern was that Sheila might not be everything he needed in a woman. Katie faces a pivotal career choice after being pushed aside at Forrester, forcing her to question where her future really lies. At the same time, Brooke presses Ridge on how Katie ended up excluded, bringing simmering tensions to the surface in Los Angeles. The Bold and the Beautiful's must-watch moments for Wednesday, December 17th, include Katie grappling with the decision she must make about her professional life. Plus, Brooke asks Ridge hard questions about Katie. Bill and Katie got married after Bill surprised Katie with a proposal. This came right on the heels of Hope and Liam's wedding. The two didn't wait any time before making it official. As a wedding gift, Bill gave Katie a fashion house. Of course, she still works at Forrester. However, recently, they cut her out of decisions over the Luna fallout. That obviously didn't sit well with her. Brooke and Ridge have also been enjoying their newlywed status. She has supported her husband even when he forced Eric to retire. She did wonder if Ridge was really sure about the decision, but she didn't speak out against him. The Spencers are becoming dressmakers. Here's why that could be a positive change for the soap. When Bold and the Beautiful EP and head writer Brad Bell teased that viewers would see more fashion wars on the soap, not a soul would have guessed he meant between the Forresters and the Spencers. Yet on the preview for the week of December 13th, it became clear that's the very direction the daytime drama is headed, thanks to Bill Spencer's wedding gift to his Katie. It didn't take long on B&B for us to be informed about why we were being reminded that Katie Logan had once been the CEO of Forrester Creations. All roads lead to a Spencer fashion house. Public relations is not the same as the day-to-day operations of a business dedicated not only to producing high-end clothing, but also to being a leading influencer in the fashion world. However, because Katie did run a legacy brand, she'll have a leg up compared to a newcomer in the field. This also shouldn't be confused with a vanity project. For all that Bill is offering Katie, a financially backed company where money will be no object, he's also not in the business of failure. Neither is Katie, which makes this solution to her problems at Forrester all the more intriguing. They made a move she didn't like regarding her work at their fashion house, and now she's set to be their competition. As for Bill, he wants his family under one roof in terms of business. This is the most expedient way of accomplishing that task. Katie will be in charge of the new family venture. Will is likely to join her, as he's building a career in the industry, and Liam is still leading Eye on Fashion, in addition to his other duties at Spencer. So it truly would be a family affair. It will also have the added bonus of upsetting Ridge, which Bill enjoys doing, especially if he feels his family has been slighted. While an up-and-coming fashion house can't truly threaten a legacy brand, the conflict that could arise over Spencer's dive into making luxury clothing, and perhaps other goods, would infuse B&B with fire. This story has the potential to successfully carry out some of the plots during Carter's and Hope's takeover of Forrester that didn't have much room to grow, such as Carter's point that Forrester should expand to making handbags, luggage, and spirits. He wanted to build the brand into a conglomerate. Bill already owns and runs one. The CEO is also a billionaire with money to burn and a bone to pick with the Forresters over Katie. This means he could get the ball rolling far faster than a scrappy and promising but broke fashion startup with something to prove. Not to mention, Bill is ruthless in his business practices, and it's not out of the realm of possibility that he could attempt to poach from Forrester. Katie's fashion house is coming at a time when tension is knocking at the door for the Forrester family. As the preview showed, Thomas has returned to town. He's been listless since his engagement with Paris Buckingham fell through, and he's not currently attached to a line. Thomas has every intention of returning to work at Forrester, and Steffi is aiming to make that happen. However, there is a major problem. It appears that she intends to put Thomas back on the Hope for the Future line, and that's something the brand ambassador is unlikely to be comfortable with. It could have to do with Thope's past and Lope's recent nuptials, or the possibility that Deke will have less room to grow because Thomas will be the lead designer. Deke's already complained to Deacon that he's not where he wants to be yet at the company. He's green, so that's not surprising. But he's also ambitious, so waiting to execute his full vision is chafing. If Deke gets displaced, he'd be ripe for the picking as a possible employee at Spencer's new venture. While it could be a long shot, Zendy might be as well. He has been leading HFTF, but he has expressed more than once that Ridge's children receive preferential treatment at the company. If Zende is shunted to the side again, he may walk away from his family's legacy to establish a name for himself elsewhere. somewhere that takes his design future into account and isn't dependent on the whims of his immediate family. Spencer having a foothold in the fashion world beyond magazines could be the major shift B&B needs. The Forresters haven't had any competition but themselves in years. If this story is meant to revitalize the fashion portion of the soap past the occasional fashion showcase in the FC salon or overseas, then Spencer Publications could be in the dressmaking business for some time. It really just depends on whether B&B is going to build Spencer back up. The company had been put on the back burner. But with the Spencers reunited as a family, that is changing. Adding another fashion house to the mix also gives new characters a means of entering the soap outside of the Forresters, which is something viewers have wanted. While this story choice feels very experimental, it doesn't have to be a one-and-done narrative. It could have staying power, and if it does, it could be a positive change for B&B.